All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to the breakdown, or good afternoon, depends on where you live. But welcome to the breakdown of my trade this morning. You can see it. It's on my Instagram, MileFX24. Was a bit in well, actually, now thinking back, I want to say I was like bit in a fight with myself, but now thinking back, it's not really a fight anymore. Like this was a hard entry. I have to admit that it was a risky entry as well, but I was up 8.9%, so I was willing to risk that 1%. Like I could have even risked less maybe because it was like a not the cleanest entry, but I risked it. Take the risk. We took a lot of liquidity yesterday and we are in a valid area for shorts. The only thing is that this break, this low was not a low that led to a new high. Therefore, this break was kind of valid, but still super minor. But I took it. Fuck it. And it turned out good. So let's break it down from the daily time frame and let's look at daily. So this is the daily now, but this morning we took up previous daily highs and we are in a 50-minute supply zone. And we are in this, I think it's a 4 hour. Yeah, so 4 hour POI slash I think it's a 1 hour demand zone or supply zone. Let me check that real quick for you. Yeah, so you can see over here, this is the buy to sell move. Anyway, we are in an area of interest where I wanted to short from. Then what happens? We got Asia being formed over here, and we can see it's one-sided, but it's not impulsive. So, like, yeah, I don't know how to explain that. You can just see that, like, although we're moving up and there are not many sellers, there are no strong bearish hands, if that makes sense. So sells therefore are like yeah, you know that like because there are so many buyers and no sellers yet, you know that like there's liquidity below this. Um uh, sorry. Then coming into to pre-Frankfurt, I was making the pre-market analysis, and we can actually see that we have previous daily highs over here on the back of news. And we got our Asia high over here. Asia high forms like minor early sellers over here. You can see if we go, actually, let's just hop down to the 1 minute instantly or directly, whatever you want to call it. So we can see that we got a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high in a bearish break. So we got some form of like seller inducement, inducing sellers into the market. But then we continue up. So we want to at least see Asia high being taken. And if we have Asia high and previous daily high above, I would like to wait for previous daily high to be taken as well. Then we had that 50-minute area over here. We didn't tap into the 50%. Whoa, what happened? We didn't tap into the 50% of that, but we got like our early sellers again. Again, still minor. Then we came up and we have our last swing on the 1 minute, our low that led to a high. You can see if we zoom in, we can see the 3-pin pattern as well. Confirming that it's a swing, we can see 1, 2, 3. Let me zoom in even more. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And over here, I just wrote down my thoughts. So no buy to sell on the 5 minute. So there was no 5-minute entry, and a 5-minute entry would have been huge because my stop loss would have probably been something like this. So we don't want that. Then immediately after that, I wrote down take the risk because although the entry is not the cleanest, like the price action over here is not the cleanest, the high time frame price action is quite clean. We took so much liquidity on the to the upside. With on the back of news, we took out these. Let me zoom out again. We took out this high. We came above here. Then we came into the 4 hour fair value gap that's marked by this line. We came into our area of interest as well. So not just above the liquidity, but also in our area of interest. And we'll then have like a bit sluggish price action. It's not the cleanest. It's not like ideally we want to see it like, oh, my voice. Ugh. Ideally, you want to see it like this, right? Just something like this. Then you get a fake break, continuation, turnaround, something like that. Just clean price action. Over here, it's just minor, small, 1 hour. Oh, sorry, small 1 minute lags, sudden impulse, short retracement, not impulse. Then we got some wicks being formed. We actually get like maybe relative equals here, so it's not it's not the cleanest, but I'm up. I'm up 8.9% before I took this trade. So why not risk it? Because my capital, even if I lose the trade, I'm still up 7.9%. That's still good. So I said take the risk because of the high time frame. And then not immediately said it's not the cleanest PA. But we can see the confluences. Confluences are Asia high being taken, previous daily high being taken, 50-minute area of supply, a 4 hour POI inside a 1 hour demand or supply area as well. I make difference because let me show you. This is like so to make it clear, this would be the supply from this low up to this high, because this is the one that swept this liquidity. So this is my supply. And most of the times inside that supply, we have our order block or POI. So to make clear the difference between the POI and a supply zone or demand zone, this is how I use it. And I like to use both. Not for extra confidence. I just use it when there's no like clear supply zone, but there is a like a POI. I enter a slightly different style. Won't go into that as much. All right. So there was no 5 minute buzz, only the 1 minute minor break structure. So we got order flow being formed, low, a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. I don't like that, but what I do like is this break of structure, minor break of structure, because this is the low that led to the high and then the bearish break. So that's good. Here I wrote down, I think I'm too greedy and impatient for entering here. It's just not clean at all. So this is the thing. I have the confluences, but it was not clean. What do you do then? So this in this case, I chose to enter. Would I always do this? Nah. If I would be like not that much up, I wouldn't like to take the risk maybe and just wait for clean entries, but it is what it is. So after that, we came below here and I reduced my stop already to here because it was not the cleanest. And as a confluence, I used the DXY. So let's pick up the DXY as well. And we can see, where is it? So we were below here and I had this target and I was like, all right, we're gonna flip it. And we flipped it. We broke bullish, and then this was my target. And I know we could like come down if we go to let me actually do it like this. Sorry for it's a bit messy breakdown, but there's like quite a lot to cover. 1 minute. Let's go to 5 minute. There you go. So I had this. You can see the timing. You can see the both lines line up. The timing. So over here we pushed up, and we can see that EU pushed down. Went straight to 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I took my partials to a T because yeah, it just hit 1 to 4, and then it turned around, came back up, and continued down. This is my final target. I still have partials running. One thing though, we tapped into this fair value gap on the 50-minute of the DXY, or this gap, and I think price might continue down, meaning EU might continue up, but we already took a partial, so we don't really care. This is a bit of a messy case study. It's not like I went over everything. See, I forgot something. I forgot to mention the candles. So on the candles, we can actually see that the sell's not even that good because we get this push up. That's good, but then price, I don't know. It feels like this is some sort of support area or resistance area. So I just was strong enough basically to pull the trigger for once. And this is where I said like DXY needs to flip because it was at this level and it needed to break bullish for me to continue to trade. Yeah, €8.10 price is slowing down. It's over here. So I was thinking about, do I take partials? And I was like, nah, wait, 1 to 4. I need 1 to 4. So partial 1 to 4. And now we're here. The lowest it reached was 1 to 7. But we want to ideally maybe even get below this. I have my stop somewhere here. So yeah, it's just a manual stop. We'll set my alerts. Actually, can set my alert right now, by the way. Didn't even think about that. That's stupid. And set another one here because this is that fair value gap from that huge push up. Another thing, my entry, 1 pip. Let's go back. I feel this is so messy, but yeah, as I said, this is mainly for myself, which is not good because then my head is messy as well. But you can see this fair value gap, and you can see this line, and I put it one. This line is from this 1 minute supply zone, the low, the high. Then this would be your minus liquidity sweep. So the 50% of that, and then 1 pip below would be 22 or 23. Let me see. So 31. Oh, actually 21, and I put it at 22, and it slipped to 26 on MT4. So I was lucky, had a cleaner entry. And yeah, that's basically it. Did I cover everything? Yeah, and yeah, liquidity, early sellers, some sort of liquidity sweep, especially the high time frame area with the break of structure. High time from liquidity taken, entry, partials, and the rest is still running. Yeah, that's it. All right. What I can advise maybe, and I'm still new to it as well, but if I just go to this one and then to this one, I'm starting to use the DXY as well lately and just lining it up with EU because we can see that just like EU broke below that or broke above this level, DXY broke below this level, and DXY actually leads EU. It's like DXY over EU even. So if you see break structure on DXY, actually, yeah, that's a bit hard. Actually, let's leave it. I will leave it, explain that in another recap maybe. But for now, like use DXY as the opposite of EU. See, it basically looks like EU. This is that 1 minute supply we talked about. We had the fair value gap above. This is basically EU. So yeah, all right, peace out. That was a bit messy, man. Holy shit.